Well, good evening, everyone. This is a late edition of Teen Talk Live. I'm so glad you're here with me this evening. I am joined by the radical Miss Meicha um, Geohagen-Moguche, and she is the visionary for the upcoming conference in Ghana, in Accra, Ghana, the Radical Women's Conference in Accra, Ghana. So, you say, well, why are you talking about the Radical Women's Conference on Teen Talk Live? Well, let me tell you, this month, February, is Global Teens Month on Teen Talk Live. So I'm going to be talking about teens from all over the globe. And Meicha is going to share with us what she is doing with the Radical Women's Conference that's going to take place only 4 days away in Accra, Ghana. So Meicha, welcome to Teen Talk Live.
Thank you for having me. Oh my goodness, I am finally on the screen. I am excited to be here. Thank you so much. I admire the work that you're doing with Teen Talk Live. I talk about it often. I was really impressed and I use blown away a lot, but I really like, I'm being very specific with my words because I know they have meaning and power, so I don't want to be blown away. But I was really impressed when you interviewed Miss Natalie Johnson and talked about mentorship. That was eye-opening for me, and there was just so many things that she said that just
Right.
To think about. I have to think about, and like, wow, I never thought about it like that. So I'm excited to be here, and thank you so much for having me.
Right. And Meicha, Teen Talk, I mean, you've been behind the scenes. And what I should share with the audience is Meicha's my cousin, and we work a lot behind the scenes together. And so you've been behind the scenes. And the other thing is, something happened on one of the Teen Talk lives that really connected your vision and your purpose of the Radical Women's Conference that's going to be in Accra. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, my goodness. It was several weeks ago. So we've been planning this conference now for quite a few months. And, people can imagine, doing something locally and then doing something internationally in a place where you've never been and don't have like necessarily family or people that you can say, oh, hey, do 1, 2, 3 for me. And so when we started planning this, there was one thing that was very important to me, and that was finding somewhere to give back. One of the goals and the aim of Radical Women Conference is that wherever we go in the world is to find a place to give back, primarily to young people, young girls, young women, because that is so important for them to always have somebody that they can look up towards or see somebody who is doing it and they can say, well, not only can I do it, but I want to try and do it and pursue my own dream. So I just popped onto one of the lives and immediately I saw there were some young ladies and they were sharing, age 14, 15, and I think 13. And what caught me, I was great when one young lady said, oh, I want to be a journalist. And one said, I want to be an artist. And I was like, oh my goodness, such joy, such excitement, and such hope for their future. And when I saw it, it connected with me right away. And I said, I need to find out more. I did not even realize you had that connection with Mr. John there in Ghana, because we've been really looking for a place. And when I heard them speak, I knew this was the place.
Wow, divine connection, and so that relationship has blossomed from there, right? And now you are allowing these young women from the Great Missions International Rehabilitation Home and Orphanage, you're allowing them to participate, to attend the Radical Women's Conference. So tell us a little bit about the Radical Women's Conference, and then how, you decided to, well, you told us how you decided, but tell us about the part that the young women will play.
So Radical Women Conference, and we say women or woman, I say woman because when I look at the term radical, it's a group of atoms moving together as one unit within an organism to make a change. Like it changes from the inside out. And I know that if we can impact the life of one person, we are impacting the life of many to come. And so when I thought about, all these young women, I spoke with the founder, Mr. John, who I just learned is also a social worker like myself. My background is in social work. And he just it's hard not to become alive and enlightened when you talk with Mr. John and the work that he's doing. It is really hard not to your heart fully become a part of it and connect right away. There are young people, they're 14 and up to 23, and then they're babies, they're little kids. And just to be able to offer the young girls to come and participate in the conference. They're coming to hear women from all over the globe, from the UK, from different parts of Africa, from Jamaica, from the Caribbean, and seeing people who look like them. And I think that is very, very, very important, because it makes even a deeper impact, I believe, just in having worked with younger people and knowing what was impactful for me as a young person. So it's just amazing to be able to offer that. And our speakers are so excited. Like, we know we have the conference, right? But we are thinking about touching foot at Great Mission International, hugging on these young girls, touching them, answering questions, just being, it's just a delight. Like I get overwhelmed when I think about it, and even more excited. So the part that they're playing is they will be attending as our honored guest, and we'll be bringing supplies to the home as well, and going there and sitting down and talking with them, just listening and paying attention, and doing whatever it is that we can to make sure that each and every one of them have a role model, somebody they can write to, somebody they can call or email and check in with, and seeing them grow and blossom.
That is so amazing. I'm just excited, and I'm like, I want to be there. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be fantastic. And just for those who are not aware, through Project Safety Nets, we've done some work with Great Missions, and they have two sites, one in Togo and one in Accra, Ghana. And so I've worked with them for a little while, and I'm excited about this connection that you have formed, and you are going to be there in flesh. And please give them extra hugs for me. And I know you got to just represent and have an awesome time with them. So one of the things that I want to talk about, having planned conferences myself, and knowing that this conference is you're offering it to women of Accra, Ghana, for free.
Yeah.
This is a free conference, and you're inviting the girls to come along and enjoy. And when I say free, I mean at no financial cost. Everything has a cost. Yeah. And so that I can just imagine the expenses that you have taken on in this. And so, I wanted to come on and share this with my audience to see if there's anybody willing to help alleviate some of those costs. I know besides having the girls at the conference, you also have another goal in mind.
Yes. So we when we spoke with Mr. John in the beginning part of building relationship and figuring out what the home needs, we thought needed. He talked about girls stuff, feminine products, and we were bringing books and all of that. And then I asked him, because I am one who will push for the highest. My faith is deep. I believe I have that gift. And even when it doesn't look like it physically, I say, look through the eyes of faith and hear through the hearing of faith. Let your hearing, hear. And I asked him, what is the biggest need? And I was so moved when I interviewed with him yesterday. And he said to me, our biggest need really is to have a bus. Like, when you said, what is your dream? And they said, well, I have a dream to do such and such. But we know as counselors and social workers to go even deeper. What is the underlying, the deepest need? And there is always one. And he said, really, it is a bus. And the story behind, needing more transportation, one of the young girls that was kidnapped pretty much and abused, because she wanted to walk to school, and the car that they have to make several trips, and it's still not enough to take all the children. And there, this young lady wanted to do it differently and walk, which there is no crime in walking. And the unfortunate thing that happened to her, and I said, my goodness, whatever we need to do, we must do in order to help raise funds for them to be able to purchase this bus. It became real. This is the big thing. This is the mountain that we need to bust through. We can do it. We must do it. There is no other option to not do, but to do, and to make this happen for them, to see the smile on their faces, and also to know the safety that comes, the feeling of safety that they will have when there's this bus, that everybody can be transported at one time and everybody can be picked up at one time, and they don't have to be walking miles and miles and miles to get to and from. And I know Mr. John will be so, he's such a humble person and such a giving person. He's not even, asking. And I'm like, no, we need to make this happen. And I'm very, very passionate about it. I haven't touched foot there, but I know I'm already there. When I saw those children yesterday, I know I became an aunt to many, many, many nieces and nephews. It just touched me so deeply. And to know, as a fellow social worker, the work is always there, and we need more who are gonna forget about, writing all the paper, get the hands on and make a difference in the life of somebody. And that is what Mr. John is doing. And that is why we are on board, and we must help him get that bus.
Yeah, that was so touching to me yesterday. And that's when I knew I had to do this live, because, here these girls are walking to school to get an education, and was kidnapped and taken. He said this child was taken at least 6 hours away from the home that she knew and is a part of, and she was violated so viciously, and all because she wanted to walk. She wanted to get to school, and she was walking to get to school. And so, that definitely aligns with what we're talking about on Teen Talk Live, Global Teens. It also aligns with what the work that we're doing with Project Safety Nets. And so, somebody might say, well, you're doing Project Safety Nets, you need to raise your own money. But you know what? I rebuke the mindset of scarcity, because there is enough for everybody. There is enough for everybody. And so it's so important to share this out, that somebody might be able, somebody might be listening that has connection, that can donate a bus so these children can get to school.
Yes.
And I know that John is doing a great work, because when I spoke to him in early December, he had 50 students or children there at the home. And yesterday he said he had 72, 33 of which are girls. Yeah. And so I'm just excited about it. I'm excited about what you're doing. And I'm going to share my screen, because your team has come up with a formula to help make this happen, and also to help cover some of the costs of this well-needed empowerment conference. So I'm going to share my screen, and if you would walk us through this. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it, and I'm connected my charger to make sure my phone does not go off too. But yes, I can see it. So we are looking for 10 people or 10 individuals, families, businesses who are willing to, I kind of went off there for a second, who are willing to partner with us. Because it's really not necessarily just, donating. It's really partnering with us, because this is for the benefit of not just these girls, but for students that are to come, for other kids that are to come. So 10 people we're looking or requesting for a sponsorship of 1,000. Where you can go $100. We're looking for 50 people to partner with us at 100, or 25 people at 200, and 100 people at $25. And it's easy to give if you have PayPal. It's paypal.me/MEICHA, or MGM Consulting for those with the Cash App. And people are always welcome to email us at radicalwomanconference@gmail.com if they want to, get clarification or have questions, or want to do it privately too.
Yeah.
We're happy, and we welcome their support. The conference, they're like, this is bigger than me. It is bigger than us, and that is one of the things. Like, when you ask something of God, be prepared, or when you ask of anything, be prepared, because our prayer has been to enlarge our territory, to enlarge the influence and the scope of the work that we're doing. And what better place to do so than starting in the motherland? There's not just need, but just people with the heart that I haven't seen anywhere. I mean, I grew up in Jamaica. I walked to school. We walked like a mile. There were a lot of us as kids, but I can't imagine walking down dirt roads for miles and miles and miles, and not feeling safe. That I never had that feeling of not feeling safe walking to school. And
Wow.
I don't want any other child, any other girl, any other young woman to be violated because of something like that. It is just it's such a painful thing. And we pray for and we wish well for the young woman. I'll get to meet her too. And I'm excited about that, because she is a victor. She's a victor for surviving something like that and still standing, and still willing to continue to go on, each day. It's just amazing, and it's just a blessing, and just such a strength as well.
Well, that is so exciting because, as I said, even with Project Safety Net, it's my nonprofit, and we'll be headed to Senegal in 2 weeks. And I still have a lot of funding to raise because of the transition that has taken place. But I'm not asking anybody to do anything that I don't do. I support other organizations. I support other missions. And this is, a well worth my time and my finances, my support in whatever way, because we're talking about the ability for girls to be empowered. We're also talking about the ability for them to feel safe. I can't imagine the trauma, as a therapist, thinking about the trauma that young lady endured, and not just her, but the other girls who now are in fear of walking to school. So I commend you for what you're doing, and I'm just excited. I'm just excited. I'm excited, and this has also increased my faith, watching you walk this out every step of the way. And I believe that you will have what you need. I believe that God's going to open up the doors, and he's going to touch somebody's heart. And I believe that the girls there will have what they need, and the conference will be successful.
Yes, thank you so much. I do believe that it's been a miraculous journey so far. I think of the MC, a lady who reached out to us from Nigeria several months ago, and she said, I want to be a part of this. We've never met. And she traveled by bus all the way from Nigeria into Ghana for this with her daughter. And they're volunteering their time. They're giving up their time. The speakers are giving up their time. This really was a gift back. It's really like my tithing for the rest of Radical Woman Conference that will be going in other places in the world. And so it's just, it's been a miraculous journey so far. Like, you start something and you don't necessarily know what the next step is going to be. I've never planned anything of this magnitude, moreover, internationally. So this Jamaican girl has gone radical. Like, this is as radical as it's gonna get. And I'm just blessed with such amazing people surrounding us, amazing speakers from all across the globe, and just women who are ready to share of their story. I'm thankful for you for being a part of this journey and knowing some of the back end pieces and the miracles that are happening. One that happened this morning as speakers are getting themselves there. And I'm just very expectant. I'm very expectant, and I'm very hopeful that it not only is it going to happen, but I know lives will be impacted forever.
Absolutely.
And we will make our mark there in Accra. We will make our mark. And I know there will be many, many more amazing stories to tell.
Yes, before I jump off, I want to thank everybody for joining. I see that Paula was on, Jamila was on, Charlotta, Velvet was on, and Daphne, Tisha, and Sister Kimball, Trina. Hey, yes, it's a great cause to be a part of. Hey, Mrs. Jones, I'm glad you're here. And Sister Evelyn and Donna, thanks for joining us. If you all are here with us tonight, or if you're catching us on the replay, would you please share this out? Share this out. Consider donating to this cause. And when we're done, Meicha's gonna drop the link in the comment box so that we can support her and support those girls. And we're gonna, work together. Again, the Great Missions International is one of the places that Project Safety Net supports in Accra, and also their Togo location. So please join us in this effort as we kick off Black History Month and we kick off Global Teen Month on Teen Talk Live. So Meicha, any closing words?
So my closing words, it's for, we all need each other. Growing up, they said, no man is an island and no woman is an island. No woman or man stands alone. Each man or woman is our brother or sister, and we all need each other. Another proverb that I love is the African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, you go alone, but if you want to go far, you go together. Or reaching is far reaching. Women and men and people have been impacted from across the globe already. People are reaching out to us. And our goal really is to bring about a change, to bring about that support for that woman, for that girl who feels like, things were over. There's no way that she's going to make it. But we're here to say that not only are you going to make it, but you're going to radically make it, and you're going to dominate. You still have time. It is never too late for you. You still have time, and there is support. I say every woman needs a safe place. Every woman needs a safe place where they can truly be themselves, where there is support, where they can express themselves, where they can be authentic. And that is what Radical Women Conference is about. And building a community of safety, a safety net really around our women and around our young girls, and that they can see and aspire and dream and know that it is possible. It is possible. It is absolutely possible. So thank you so much. We're thankful and we're grateful for all the support. We're thankful for all who have done Facebook Lives and have shared this out, and those who have been following our story and following the journey. We ask for your prayers as well as your support. We ask for your prayers, and you will definitely be hearing and seeing much, much more about Radical Women Conference and the work that is going to happen there in Ghana and in other places. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That's excellent. And again, for my audience, I want to invite you. Hey, Grace, thanks for popping on. I want to invite you all to share this out, because I know I have friends and connections in Ghana. And if you are a woman in Ghana, you got to make it to this conference. And again, the conference is at no cost. And so we want to support Meicha as much as possible to help her to meet the needs and to help her accomplish the vision that God has given her, and even in support of the Great Missions Orphanage, to get them a bus so the girls, not just the girls, but the children can be safe going to school every day. Thank you, Meicha. I'm so proud of you. I'm so grateful for the work that you are doing, and I am inspired by you. And I know that watching you has increased my faith. And we are comrades on the mission field.
Thank you so much. You are my hero and mentor from near and from afar. And I totally appreciate you. And I appreciate the work that you're doing. And I'm looking forward for your trip. So
I'll
Yeah.
be popping on tomorrow to share about my trip and the some of the challenges and the triumphs that we've experienced. So um, go in peace
Yeah.
and safe travels. I know you head out tomorrow to go to Ghana, and I know it'll never be the same.
I believe it. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for watching and for tuning in. Blessings to you. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you all for sharing and donating. God bless you all. Have a good night.